think the fact that Ian wrote the first Bond book in 1952 and it's still going strong, I think he would have been thrilled, and I think they're always exciting, these things, you know. Everybody's so interested, everybody loves Bond, and I think that's what's so nice. It's always a warm feeling, hopefully.
I'm sure everybody asks you this, but does your favourite sort of novel change from time to time as you reread them and think, well, I like this one?
Yes, well, I've recently been producing audiobooks, individual full-length audiobooks of Ian's, read by different star actors, and it was absolutely fascinating hearing their different take on, you know, they were all reading, single voice reading, so they were all reading M and Bond and Moneypenny and A Girl and a Villain. And, you know, people like Kenneth Branagh and Bill Nye and Rosamund Pike, and that having them read to me while I was in the studio was absolutely fascinating. And they do change, yes.
Looking at you this morning, standing, addressing us all, I kind of figured you'd make a fabulous M. And
wouldn't that be nice?
No, but seriously, I just thought, why has nobody ever thought of that? Is that the sort of thing would you be up for that?
I would play M like a shot, but you know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm sad. I could be a person with a clipboard behind, going yes and nodding and not even having any lines. I'd do that.
Now, the book, of course, a lot of anticipation, solo, William Boyd. I felt so much pressure for him because it's something that we all kind of feel we all own in Britain, isn't it? It's such a brand, isn't it? I hate that phrase, but you know. Did you sort of think when you were first presented with it, were you worried whether you'd like it or not?
I don't think so, because he's such a good fit. He knows, I think, more about James Bond and Ian than I do, probably, and a lot of but he's just such a good writer. He tells wonderful stories, his characters are good, his action's good. You know, he's a wonderful fit, as it were, which sounds rather rude, but he's a very distinguished writer.
Now let's not forget also your own pedigree, in your wonderful mother, who, I think, then again, it's like talking about Bond, everybody knows Brief Encounter.
Yes.
Do you sort of, like, when you watch it yourself again, can you now see why it was so evocative of the time and really continues to be always in the top 10 of favourite films, you know?
Yes, I can. It's funny, I remember Mum saying to me a few years before she died, she said, it's funny, but that old little film we made has become a classic, hasn't it? And I think that's true, and I think it does depict an era which totally has gone, understandably. You know, it was made in 45, and during the war, they had to travel up to Carnforth to do the scenes at the station. And, you know, that was a long way in those days. There was no petrol, there was no clothes coupons and stuff. So I think it is a little classic.
You yourself have been a successful actress, but like every child who goes to their parent and says, I want to act. Was that a moment where, you know, your parents said to you, you know, Lucy, it's a difficult profession, it's not the sort of thing you should do, or were they just instantly, if that's what you want to do it?
No, what happened was I said, I think I might like to try my hand at acting. And Mum was really pleased, and I think my father was, because he was very into the theatre as well. And they never pushed me, or they never tried to put me off. And my mum was really helpful with, you know, audition pieces and stuff. And it was rather fun being in the same profession. And we worked together a couple of times, which was great fun.
Is that nerve-wracking though? Because of course, I always find I work with my parents a bit, and you think, oh, I hope I'm not letting them down, or
yeah, there is that. But it was very much a kind of that was work and home was life. You know, two different departments. No, it was fine. But I think it could be tricky.
Lucy, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.